Hey friends, today we're going to be talking about value and what it means, and you're going to be needing some pencils. I have a range of drawing pencils. You're going to need some paper. I have some drawing paper. A piece of computer paper will be great. Even some lined writing paper will work. And to help us out, I have some blocks. I have a cylinder, a cube, and a cone. Now the difference between these and a shape is two-dimensional, and these are a form, which means they're three-dimensional. As you see, this is not a square. It looks like a square this way, but it is a cube, which means it has more than one side. So it has both length, width, and depth. So you can measure more than one side. And same with this, it's not just a circle. When you turn it, you see it has more than one side. It is three-dimensional. Okay, so value, what is value? Value is the lightness and darkness of a color. And I've drawn right here what's called a value scale. And with my pencils, I've gone from my darkest dark to my lightest light with my pencils. Now, I don't have every drawing pencil here at home with me, and that's okay if you don't either. I have, which is my darkest dark, which here is my 6B. I have a 5B, a 3H, a 2H, an HB, and an H. Now some of you might be wondering, what do all those letters numbers mean? When it has a B next to it, that means blackness. And when it has an H next to it, that means the hardness. That's talking about the lead in your pencil. Now, the numbers, the higher the number is, that's the darker it's going to get. And I don't know if you can tell, the way it lays down on the pencil kind of changes depending on the type of pencil it is. And it went with the 6B was my darkest, and it kind of graded down to get lighter. Now, when you have a form, and I'm using my window here to show you, when the light hits it, as it goes around, it gets darker. So when you're drawing a three-dimensional shape, you want to try to show your different values, just like on your value scale, the lightest to the darkest, to show this three-dimensional form, okay? Now, as you see, it doesn't look like a circle. When you see it, it actually looks like an oval. Now when I turn it this way, it looks like a circle. But when you change your cylinder shape, it looks like an oval. All right, so I have drawn, I don't know if you can see it, I've started to outline some of my shapes, my cone and my cylinder and my cube. And we're gonna work on how to put down value to show these are three-dimensional. Okay, let's get started. Okay, now that we're gonna get started, I'm gonna decide where my light source is coming in. So I normally like to draw my light source. And I'm gonna keep my light source coming in from this direction. And I just like to kind of draw it. But it's gonna still be coming in from my left where my window is. All right, so I'm gonna draw, and I like to start with my darkest. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna start to put down my dark. And you're gonna need to know how to do value, not just to do things like how to draw forms, like cylinders and cones, but whether you're drawing a portrait of a person or an animal, no matter what, because this gives you the opportunity to give form to any object. So I can switch back and forth from my different pencils to give a value range. Now yes, you can just press a little bit darker and a little bit lighter, but these lighter pencils are not going to give you quite this dark range. You can press darker, press harder and get a darker value, but not quite as dark. Now notice that I'm following my lines, my pencil is following the shape of my object. It helps give my form its shape as well. Now that my drawings are complete, you can see where my darks are, my darker value, and my lights are and my lighter value. You can see in the cone where the light hits it, and you can see the darker value on the edges and the lighter value. And the same with the cylinder. Now, no matter what you're drawing, whether it be forms from still life, or whether you have forms in color, you're going to notice that everything has a value range that goes from lighter to darker. So whether you're drawing a portrait, forms that you have sitting out, they're all going to have a value range. So look around you and see what you see, and see where the forms have different values, and see what you can draw. Thanks for watching.